Hi, I am Lovelia Asenero. We'll be talking about the nature of the atmosphere. As we start, let us find out first what is nature. Nature refers to the phenomena of the physical world, which also refers to life in general. Examples of it are animals, plants, and other things in the world that is living and existing. What is atmosphere? Atmosphere is a mixture of gases that surrounds the planet. It is the critical system that helps to regulate the Earth's climate and distribute heat around the globe. More likely, it is a dynamic collection of gases that constantly move and change. Earth's atmosphere protects us from incoming space projectiles, such comets and asteroids that burn up before reaching the planet's surface, and blocks harmful short-wavelength radiation from the sun. The lower boundary of the atmosphere is considered to lie on Earth's surface. The upper boundary is the gradational transition into space. Four layers of atmosphere. The first layer is a troposphere. It is a layer which is closest to Earth's surface, reaching from about 15 kilometers from the surface. The troposphere is the thickest at the equator and much thinner at the north and south poles. Most of the water vapor in the atmosphere, along with the dust and ash particles, are found in this layer, which explains why most of Earth's clouds are located in this layer. The stratosphere is the next layer up from Earth's surface. It reaches from the top of the troposphere, which is called the tropopause, to an altitude of approximately 50 kilometers. The mesosphere is the next layer found above stratosphere, which reaches as far as about 85 kilometers above Earth's surface. The atmosphere in this layer is thin, but still thick enough so the meteors will burn up as they pass through the mesosphere. The upper boundary of the mesosphere is called the mesopause. The thermosphere is located above the mesosphere and reaches out to around 600 kilometers. The uppermost layer that blends with what is considered outer space is the exosphere. The pull of Earth's gravity is so small here that molecules of gases escape into outer space. How the atmosphere is important to life on Earth. First, it protects life forms from harmful solar radiation. Second, it traps heat close to the planet's surface. Third, it provides an energy circulation system through wind and pressure systems. And fourth, it maintains the gases that supports life on Earth. The weather we experience at the land's surface is largely determined by the interaction of different wavelengths of incoming solar radiation with the atmosphere. Solar radiation supplies the energy necessary for cloud formation, precipitation, and local weather conditions. Water is the only naturally occurring compound that exists in three states, which is the solid, liquid, and gas on Earth's surface.
Good day everyone. I am Jenaline A. Salandron, second year college student, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. So for this video, I will be reporting about the nature of atmosphere. Atmosphere is defined as the area of air and gas involving objects in space, like stars and planets, or the air around any location. An example of atmosphere is the ozone and other layers which make up the Earth's sky as we see it. One of the most important benefits the atmosphere provides is maintaining the Earth's temperature. The atmosphere serves as a protective shield against radiation and cosmetic rays. The atmosphere also serves an important purpose as a medium for the movement of water. Vapor evaporates out of oceans, condenses as it cools and falls as rain, providing life-giving moisture to otherwise dry areas of the continents.
Heat energy is transferred through the atmosphere as water changes from one state to another. Heat is absorbed in processes such as melting, sublimation, and evaporation. The presence of moisture in the atmosphere is measured by the humidity of the air. Humidity and condensation are closely related, as condensation inevitably occurs when the air is saturated with moisture. The section on air pressure and condensation explains how such pressure changes can lead to condensation and cloud formation. The section on clouds and cloud formation discusses the lifting mechanisms that lead to cloud development and describes how we can read the sky to learn what the clouds can tell us about regional weather patterns.
Outdoor air is polluted with a dynamic mixture of pollutants from both natural and man-made sources. What are these pollutants? These are the major outdoor air pollutants: carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, ozone, sulfur dioxide, and particulate matter. First, let us know what is carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is a colorless and odorless gas which is formed by the incomplete combustion of fuels. When people are exposed to this gas, the carbon monoxide molecule will displace the oxygen in their bodies, and this leads to poisoning. What are the common sources of carbon monoxide? Carbon monoxide are from the automobile emissions, industrial processes, residential wood burning, and natural sources such as forest fires. Automobile emissions. These emissions are produced by the fossil fuel-powered engines, including motor vehicles and non-road engines and vehicles such as boats. Automobiles emit a lot of carbon monoxide. It is released when engines burn fossil fuels, when engines are not tuned properly, and when fuel is not completely burned. Nitrogen dioxide is a gaseous air pollutant composed of nitrogen and oxygen and is one of a group of related gases called nitrogen oxides. Being exposed to the high levels of nitrogen oxides can damage your respiratory airways. Common sources of nitrogen dioxide are from automobile emissions, electricity generation, and industrial processes such as power plants. Ozone. Ozone is a gas not emitted directly into the air but is formed and react under the action of light. It is present in the two layers of the atmosphere. In the upper atmosphere, there is a stratospheric ozone which forms a protective layer that shields us from the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays. However, at the ground level, ozone is considered a major air pollutant because it is harmful to the human health and environment. How does this ground level ozone form? This is created by chemical reactions between oxides of nitrogen and volatile organic compounds. This happens when automobiles, such as cars, and industrial processes such as chemical plant, refineries, power plants, and other sources chemically react in the presence of sunlight. Sulfur dioxide is a colorless gas that has a strong odor. It is a reactive air pollutant composed of sulfur and oxygen atoms, which is also harmful to the people and the environment. Common sources of sulfur dioxide are from fossil fuel combustion, electricity generation, automobile emissions, and industrial processes. Last is particulate matter. Particulate matter, or PM, is the sum of all solid and liquid particles suspended in air, many of which are hazardous. Primary particles are directly released into the atmosphere by wind, combustion processes, or human activities. Secondary processes are those that form in the atmosphere from other gaseous pollutants, particularly sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, ammonia, and volatile organic compounds. Last is particulate matter. Particulate matter is the sum of all solid and liquid particles suspended in air, many of which are hazardous. Primary particles are directly released into the air by wind or combustion processes and human activities. Secondary particles are those that form in the atmosphere from other gaseous pollutants, particularly sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, ammonia, and volatile organic compounds. Common sources of particulate matter. Primary particles are mostly from fires, such as wildfires, bushfires, smokestacks, volcanic eruptions, construction sites, and unpaved roads. Secondary particles includes reactions between gaseous chemicals emitted by the power plants and automobiles.
What is indoor air pollution? Indoor air pollution is dust, dirt, or gases in the air inside buildings such as your home or workplace that could be harmful to breathe in. Uh, Poor indoor air quality has been linked to lung diseases such as asthma, COPD, and lung cancer. It has also been linked to increased risk of heart disease and stroke. Now, anyone can be affected by indoor air pollution. If you live with a lung condition such as COPD, asthma, or bronchitis, you're more likely to be affected by poor air quality, such as your lungs are more sensitive, although not everyone has the same reaction to dust, dirt, and gases in our homes. If you have severe lung condition, you might find it harder to move around, so may spend more time indoors. This means you may have more contact with things that affect the air you breathe indoors. This could include cigarette smoke, cleaning products, or mold. Children are particularly vulnerable to poor indoor air quality, as their lungs are still developing. Um, Children's airways are smaller, so inflammation caused by indoor and outdoor air pollution can cause them to narrow more easily than in older people. How to prevent indoor air pollution? Here are 4 of the 10 ways to improve indoor air quality. Number 1 is the change of the air filters and whole house filters regularly. Regularly cleaning and replacing furnaces, air conditioners, and other ventilation systems with well-fitting replacement air filters and whole house filters is one of the easiest and most affordable ways to maintain clean air throughout your home. Number 2, ventilate. Um, Fresh air is an important component for healthy indoor air quality. Opening your doors and windows refreshes the stagnant air in your home with outside air. Even if it's just, let's say, 4 to 5 or 5 to 10 minutes, fresh air is still important. Number 3, uh, buy indoor plants to improve air quality. NASA researchers have discovered that there are many varieties of plants that reduce indoor pollution. Boston ivy and spider plants are known for breathing in toxins such as carbon dioxide and releasing clean, breathable air into your home, as well as adding beauty to your indoor place. Along with those mentioned above, some of the best plants to improve or for improving air quality in your home includes aloe vera, aloe vera, Boston fern, palm trees, English ivy, bamboo palm, Chinese evergreen, weeping fig, gerbera, daisy, dragon tree, and peace lily. And number 4 is to never smoke inside the house. Though it may go without saying, smoking in your home harms the air quality. Smoking is one of the most harmful pollutants to indoor air. Cigarette smoking or cigarette smoke contains thousands of chemicals that can cause cancer, breathing problems, and heart attacks. Secondhand smoke can be extremely harmful to children on top of causing overpowering odors throughout your home. If you or your guests need to smoke, you need to do it outside to avoid indoor air pollution.
Laws and regulations to reduce outdoor and indoor air pollution. Here is my one example of law, and this is the Republic Act number 8749, known as the Philippine Clean Air Act. It is a comprehensive air quality management policy and program which aims to achieve and maintain healthy air for all Filipinos. In addition, Clean Air Act is important in the Philippines because it provides for a comprehensive air pollution control policy, as it outlines the government's measures to reduce air pollution by including environmental protection activities into its development plans. All type of pollution has their kind of negative impact on our environment. The lives of humans and animals get impact due to this. It is our responsibility to take various initiatives to protect nature. We need to fight against pollution to take steps towards a better tomorrow.
Indoors and outdoors air pollution is caused by the presence of contaminants that damages our health. These contaminants can be physical, chemical, or biological. But what do we mean by indoor air? Indoor air quality refers to the air that occupies confined, non-industrial environments, whether private, just like housing, offices, car interiors, or public transports, schools, public places, or etc. These indoor spaces are often found to be contaminated by many pollutants, and studies even show that indoor air pollution is up to 8 times greater than that of outdoor air. We spend on average 80 to 90% of our time inside, so although ignored for a long time, the question of indoor air quality has become one of the main environmental public health issues all over the world. However, there are multiple sources of indoor pollution, and they can be linked to human activities. For example, use of cleaning or but cosmetic products, cigarette smokes, cooking food, candles, incense, and etc. Equip and buildings, for example, furniture, defective ventilation systems, glues, varnishes, paints, coatings, asbestos, building materials. When the premises are occupied, animals and plants. Ventilating confined spaces is fundamental to maintaining good indoor air quality. This helps prevent pollution from accumulating and keeps air clean. It's best to ventilate indoor spaces when the air outside is cleanest.